Welcome back, everybody, to Football Scorecast. And we're going to be doing a deep dive today on match day 6 of the Champions League.
Yeah, match day 6.
Boy, oh boy, things are getting crazy. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of the episodes where we're breaking down all the action.
Right.
This year we got a brand new format.
New format.
Think expanded teams, more match days, and get this, a league table instead of those group stages we used to have.
Yeah.
So after match day 6, the stakes are higher than ever.
It is. It's a whole new ball game out there. We've seen teams secure those spots. Some have, bid their farewells, and the race for the title is getting more intense than Pierre Ronaldo shorts.
All right. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for some underdog stories. But for now, let's talk about the English teams.
Okay.
They've been absolutely crushing it.
Crushing it is an understatement. The Premier League teams have put on a clinic for match day 6.
Let's unpack this. Okay.
Yeah.
Liverpool secured that top 8 finish,
Yeah.
which guarantees them a spot in the round of 16.
All right.
But their win against Girona, that wasn't exactly, a goal fest, was it?
You're absolutely right. A 1-0 victory off a penalty. It did reveal some cracks in their defense.
Oh, really?
Girona had their moments, and Alisson had to make, some pretty incredible saves to keep that clean sheet. So, it's clear they need to tighten up in the back if they want to go all the way.
Yeah, I hear you. But, they're still at the top of both the Premier League and Champions League tables.
They are.
So maybe just a little, tinkering here and there will get them there.
Yeah.
Enough about Liverpool, though. Let's talk about a team that's making a real statement.
Okay.
Arsenal. That 3-0 win against Monaco.
Oh, yeah.
That was a masterclass in domination.
Domination is the word. Arsenal controlled that tempo from the first whistle to the last. And let's not forget Bukayo Saka.
Oh, yeah. What about him?
That young man was on fire. 2 goals, an assist, and he kept Monaco's defense, on their toes the whole match. He's really making a serious claim for, I think, best right winger in the world right now.
Yeah, that's hard to argue with. When you look at the source material, the stats, they speak for themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Arsenal's dominance in possession, especially in that attacking half, it really translated into concrete opportunities, thanks in large part to the synergy between Saka and Odegaard.
Oh, for sure.
And let's not forget, Gabriel Jesus, who, he set the stage with that brilliant opening play leading to Saka's first goal.
Right.
Arsenal was they were a well-oiled machine, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, they were a force to be reckoned with. What's really interesting here is this win, along with other results, it's significantly boosted their chances not just of finishing in the top 8, but potentially winning the whole tournament.
Wow.
Now, are we witnessing the rise of, a new European powerhouse?
That is the question, isn't it?
Mm.
Are we looking at a potential Liverpool-Arsenal showdown for the Champions League title?
Yeah.
Could they be the 2 best teams in the world right now?
It's definitely a compelling argument, one worth exploring.
Yeah.
Both teams are in, top form, exhibiting both tactical brilliance and individual flair. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because this season is proven to be full of surprises.
We'll definitely dive into that a bit later, okay?
Yeah.
But first, we got to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
The team noticeably absent from this English football, celebration.
Right.
Manchester City.
Oh, Manchester City.
Their struggles continue, and this latest loss has not only, dropped them down the table, but it significantly impacted their title odds.
Yeah. It's a tough time for City fans.
Yeah.
Their decline is undeniable. The team just isn't playing with the same dominance and consistency that, we've all come to expect from them.
Right.
And their upcoming match against PSG on January 22nd, well, it's being called a relegation 6-pointer.
A relegation 6-pointer.
Yeah, it's a term we use, when a match between 2 teams in the bottom half of the table, it carries these massive implications.
No.
With the loser potentially facing a drop to a lower tier of the competition.
Oh, wow.
That should tell you everything about the pressure both these teams are under.
Talk about a must-win game. That match could be a real turning point for both teams. It's going to be edge-of-your-seat stuff. But before we jump ahead to January, let's rewind back to match day 6 and talk about another English team, making some waves.
Okay.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
They snagged a thrilling win against Leipzig.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the result that was, exciting. It was how they did it.
Absolutely. Picture this. back and forth battle, 4 incredible goals, a spectacularly deflected winner from Ross Barkley, and a standout performance by Leipzig's Antonio Nusa. If you're a neutral fan, this was the match to watch.
Yeah. That's a game I wish I hadn't missed. So where does this win leave Aston Villa in the standings? Did it give them, a boost?
It most certainly did.
Okay.
Their odds for a top 8 finish have, jumped up significantly, and they've inadvertently played a part in eliminating Leipzig from the competition entirely.
Wow. Talk about a power move. So we've got, these high-flying English teams. We've got a struggling giant and a, surprise contender. This Champions League season is shaping up to be one for the books. And don't forget, to hear more about how all this plays out, you got to subscribe to Football Scorecast.
Yes.
We got all the Champions League action and more covered just for you.
Absolutely.
Now let's rewind.
Okay.
And really dissect this idea of Liverpool and Arsenal potentially being the best in the world right now.
All right.
What are the key factors we need to consider here?
Let's break it down.
Okay.
Firstly, their recent form. It's undeniable.
No.
They're both on impressive winning streaks, demonstrating this consistency that really sets them apart.
Okay. Consistency, check. What else?
Tactically, they're both incredibly sound.
Yeah.
Liverpool, under their new manager, they've found this balance between, a rock solid defense and a really potent attack.
Mm-hmm.
And Arsenal.
Yeah.
Well, they're playing with a fluidity and a creativity that's just a joy to watch.
It's true. They both have, that certain something, that X factor that really elevates them to that, elite level.
Yeah.
But is that enough to call them, the best in the world? What are the counter arguments?
Well, some might argue that it's still early in the season.
Right.
To make, these kind of bold claims.
Yeah.
The Champions League, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And there's a lot of football yet to be played. We haven't even entered the knockout stages where the pressure cooker, really heats up.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's a long road ahead, and anything can happen. Plus, there are other contenders out there, making a strong case for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Bayern Munich is always a, formidable force, and you can never count out Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Even with those, early stumbles.
For sure.
What do you think?
I agree. The Champions League is always ripe for surprises. We can't forget about those, individual flashes of brilliance.
Right.
That can turn the tide of a match in a single moment.
Absolutely.
A, world-class player having a moment of magic. It can be the difference between victory and defeat. And we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, it's precisely that unpredictable drama that makes this competition so captivating. It's a blend of tactical mastery, individual brilliance, and just pure unadulterated excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of excitement, let's circle back to Manchester City for a moment.
Okay.
Their upcoming, clash with PSG.
Yeah.
It's looking to be one of the most, pivotal matches of the season.
It really is.
What are the key storylines you're watching, heading into that game?
Well, at its core, it's a clash of the Titans.
Right.
Two of the biggest spenders in world football, both desperately needing a win to salvage their Champions League campaigns.
Right.
For Manchester City, it's about, halting their slide and rediscovering their winning formula. They need to find a way to shore up that defense.
Yeah.
And reignite that attacking spark.
And for PSG, what's their, key to victory?
For PSG, it's about proving that they can, perform under immense pressure.
Right.
They've got a squad overflowing with talent, but they haven't always, lived up to the hype
Right.
in the Champions League. This is their opportunity to, really show the world that they're genuine contenders.
It's a fascinating matchup. I mean, it could go either way.
Oh, yeah.
A clash of styles, a battle of wills. I can't wait to see how it plays out. Speaking of clashes, though, I think it's worth acknowledging the diverse tactical approaches that we're seeing this Champions League season.
You're absolutely right. It's not just about, big names and big budgets anymore.
Right.
We're seeing a buffet of tactical philosophies on display, from possession-based football to counter-attacking styles and everything in between. It's a testament to how the tactical side of the game is constantly evolving.
It's like a giant laboratory for, football and ideas.
Yeah.
With teams experimenting, innovating, and trying to find that perfect, win-in formula.
Yeah.
And for us fans, it's a privilege to watch this tactical chess match unfold.
It really is. And it reminds us that there's no, one-size-fits-all approach to success in football.
Right.
Different teams have different strengths and weaknesses, and the key is finding a tactical system that maximizes those strengths and minimizes those weaknesses.
It's all about finding that sweet spot, that right blend of attack and flair and defensive solidity, and that's what makes the Champions League so captivating.
Yeah.
It's a competition where tactical nuance and individual brilliance, they collide to create something truly special. But we can't forget about those underdog stories I mentioned earlier. Let's shine a light on some of the the less heralded teams that had impressive performances.
Yeah, you're right. It can't always be about the big names. There were some real underdog stories brewing in this round of matches. Which one stood out to you? For me, it has to be Club Brugge.
Club Brugge.
Yeah, they pulled off a stunning upset against Inter Milan.
Wow.
A result that really sent shockwaves through the tournament.
Yeah.
It's a testament to their tactical discipline.
And their ability to seize those golden opportunities when they arise.
Right.
Real David versus Goliath stuff.
Yeah.
Right there.
I love it when the underdogs bite back. It's proof that the Champions League can always surprise us. It's not always about, the big names or the overflowing bank accounts.
Right.
Sometimes it's about heart, grit, determination, and a dash of luck.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And
And Club Brugge's victory is a big reminder that anything is possible in this competition.
absolutely.
So, we've got these surprise contenders, we've got struggling giants and established powerhouses, all fighting for that ultimate prize in this unpredictable Champions League season.
Yeah.
Talk about a recipe for excitement.
I am absolutely hooked. And
Yeah.
speaking of hooked,
Mm-hmm.
if you haven't already subscribed to Football Scorecast,
Yeah.
do it now. You won't regret it.
Right.
This season is going to be one for the ages.
It is. And we're here to break it all down for you.
Absolutely.
Now, while we're riding this, wave of excitement,
Yeah.
let's not forget that the Champions League, it's taken a bit of a breather
Yeah.
after this roller coaster of a match day. We've got, about 6 weeks until match day 7 kicks off in late January.
Yeah, it almost feels like a mid-season break, giving us all a chance to catch our breath
Right.
and really absorb everything that's happened so far.
You can bet the teams are going to be using this time to regroup,
Right.
sharpen their tactics, and come back, even stronger in the new year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know I'll be using the break to rewatch some of those incredible goals.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But you're right, this break is vital for the teams.
Mhm.
It gives them the opportunity to analyze their performances,
Right.
address any weaknesses,
Yeah.
and prepare for the challenges that lie ahead.
Yeah.
And with the packed schedule, of the Champions League,
Right.
I'm sure the players are gonna welcome a bit of rest and recovery.
Oh, no doubt about it. It's a demanding competition,
Right.
both physically and mentally. So, by the time January rolls around,
Yeah.
we'll all be be craving some more Champions League action.
Speaking of January,
Yeah.
there's one particular matchup
Okay.
I've got circled on my calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City versus PSG.
Yeah.
On January 22nd.
Yes. The infamous
Right.
relegation 6-pointer, as it's been dubbed.
Right.
It's hard to fathom that two teams of this stature are in a do-or-die situation
Yeah.
so early in the knockout stages, but
Man.
that's the reality of this new Champions League format.
Right.
Remember, we're dealing with a league table now,
Right.
and every point counts towards securing a spot in the next round.
It's truly remarkable.
It is.
And it speaks volumes, about the intensity
Right.
and the competitiveness of this new format.
Oh, absolutely.
But let's face it, this match has all the ingredients of a classic
Two.
two star-studded squads,
Yeah.
both facing immense pressure,
Right.
both fighting for their survival
Mhm.
in the tournament.
Yeah.
The stakes couldn't be higher.
They couldn't.
For Manchester City, what do you think are the key factors that'll determine their success or lack thereof
Right.
in this crucial game?
Well, first and foremost, they need to address their leaky defense.
Okay.
They've been conceding goals at an alarming rate,
Right.
which is quite uncharacteristic,
Yeah.
for a Pep Guardiola side.
Yeah.
They need to rediscover, that defensive solidity that's been their trademark in previous seasons.
So tighten up the defense, get back to basics.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And what about their attack? What needs to happen there?
They need to find a way to get Erling Haaland, back in his goal scoring groove.
Right.
He's been relatively quiet lately,
Right.
And City needs him, firing on all cylinders to overcome a formidable PSG defense.
So it's about solidifying the defense and re-energizing their attack.
Yeah.
Sounds straightforward enough, right?
Right.
But I have a hunch it's going to be anything but simple
Oh yeah,
against a team like PSG.
for sure.
What are some of their strengths that Manchester City needs to be wary of?
Well, you can't deny, PSG's firepower up front.
Well,
They have a wealth of attack and talent
Yeah.
with Mbappe and
Yeah.
Neymar and
Right.
Messi, all capable of turning a game on its head. It's going to be a monumental task
Yeah.
for Manchester City's defense
Right.
to contain them.
It's shaping up to be a real clash of the Titans.
It is.
And speaking of clashes,
Yeah.
let's not overlook the intriguing diversity, of tactical approaches
Right.
that we're seeing this Champions League season.
Absolutely right. It's refreshing to see that it's not just a game of, big budgets and superstar names anymore.
Right.
We're witnessing
Yeah.
a range of tactical philosophies being implemented from the patient possession based style to the lightning fast counterattacking approach.
Mm-hmm.
It's a clear sign that the game is evolving tactically.
It's like a giant petri dish
Yeah.
for football and ideas,
Yeah.
with teams constantly experimenting and pushing the boundaries. It makes it so much more exciting for us fans.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's a reminder that there's no one magic formula for success in football.
Yeah.
Each team has its own strengths
Right.
and weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
and finding the right system
Yeah.
that maximizes those strengths
Right.
and minimizes those weaknesses
Absolutely.
is the key.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Finding that equilibrium
Mm-hmm.
between attack and flair
Yeah.
and defensive resilience
Yeah.
is what it's all about.
It is.
It's what makes the Champions League so compelling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stage where tactical nuance meets individual brilliance,
Right.
creating a spectacle
Yeah.
that's unlike any other.
Absolutely.
Speaking of brilliance, though,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the young guns,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
making their mark in this competition.
Yeah.
There's been some incredible talent on display.
Right. Absolutely.
Players who are taking on the world's best
Mm-hmm.
and holding their own.
It's been incredible to witness, the next generation
Right.
stepping up and putting their talent on display.
It speaks volumes
Mm-hmm.
about the depth of young talent
Yeah.
moving through the ranks.
Yeah.
And the future of the sport. I mean, it's looking bright.
It really is.
Any young players that have particularly impressed you?
Well, Jamal Musiala
Oh yeah.
at Bayern Munich
Right.
has been a revelation.
Right.
At just 20 years old, he's already a key player for Bayern.
Yeah.
Dictating their midfield with his incredible technique,
Wow.
vision,
Oh,
and a knack for finding the back of the net.
He's definitely one to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah.
And there are others too. I mean, Jude Bellingham
Yeah, Bellingham.
been shining for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Pedri continues to impress at Barcelona.
Right.
And Florian Wirtz has made a strong comeback from injury.
Yeah.
For Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah. The future of football is in good hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see, these young players rise to the occasion
Yeah.
and challenge themselves against the very best.
It's a clear sign that the game is constantly evolving.
Right.
With new generations of talent, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
And as fans,
Yes.
we're privileged
Right.
to witness this evolution unfold right in front of us.
We get to see the stars of tomorrow emerge.
Yeah.
The legends of today
Right.
continue to shine.
Mm.
And the beautiful game
Yeah.
captivates us with its drama, passion,
Right.
and endless possibilities.
Absolutely.
And speaking of possibilities,
Yeah.
let's talk about the upcoming January transfer window.
Okay, the January transfer window.
It's always a period
Ooh, yeah.
filled with intrigue and speculation.
It is. It's when the rumor mill goes into overdrive.
Right.
And clubs, they're looking to strengthen their squads,
Yeah.
for the second half of the season.
It's going to be especially interested this year with the new Champions League format
Yeah.
and the heightened competition for those coveted top spots.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be a busy transfer window?
I think it will be a frenzy of activity.
Okay.
I expect, the bigger clubs to
Right.
be making these strategic acquisitions,
Mhm.
aiming to bolster their chances
Yeah.
in the Champions League.
Right.
Clubs like
Yeah.
Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, they're perpetually in the market
Right.
for top tier talent.
And what about the Premier League clubs?
Hooray.
Do you anticipate them being active players in the January transfer market?
I absolutely do. The Premier League, it's a cutthroat competition,
Right.
and with so much on the line,
Yeah.
both domestically and in Europe,
Right.
we can expect to see some big money move.
It's going to be a fascinating few weeks.
It is.
Watching the transfer carousel spin.
Yeah.
I'm already looking forward to analyzing all the major moves and just discussing their potential impact
Right.
on the Champions League race.
We'll be here to break it all down for you.
All right.
Providing, in-depth analysis
Oh,
and the latest insights.
So as we head into this mid-season break,
Yeah.
let's take a moment to recap
Okay.
the key takeaways from Matchday 6 and the Champions League season so far.
Right.
We've seen English teams dominating with Liverpool,
Right.
Arsenal,
Yeah.
and Aston Villa all securing impressive wins.
Yeah, we've witnessed Manchester City's struggles continue.
Right.
And their looming match against PSG in January,
Yeah.
could be a defining moment for
Yeah.
their season.
And lest we forget, we've seen, the emergence of young talents
Right.
like Jamal Musiala,
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham,
Right.
and Pedri, who are already,
Yeah.
leaving their mark on
Right.
the world stage.
Absolutely.
And then there's, the tactical evolution of the game with teams experimenting and innovating,
Yeah.
showcasing these, diverse approaches
Yeah.
and keeping us all on the edge of our seats.
It's been a roller coaster ride so far.
It has.
And with the second half of the season yet to unfold,
Right.
we can only expect, more excitement, more drama, and more, unforgettable moments.
Don't forget to subscribe to Football Scorecast for all the latest
Yes.
Champions League news, analysis, and deep dives.
We're your one-stop shop
Okay.
for all things football.
And until next time,
Mm-hmm.
keep that, passion for the beautiful game burning bright.
Absolutely.
But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
let's hear from you.
Okay.
What storylines are you most excited to follow when the Champions League returns in January?
Yeah.
What are your bold predictions? Which teams will rise to the occasion?
Right.
Which players will light up the stage?
Yeah, we want to know.
Exactly. Share your thoughts and predictions with us.
Mhm.
We love hearing from you.
It's a great reminder that in the Champions League, upsets can happen.
Right.
Narratives can be rewritten, and every match has the potential to be a classic.
Right.
That's what makes this competition so captivating.
Exactly. And remember, this is just the beginning. We've got a long road ahead. It's full of, twists and turns and thrilling encounters.
For sure.
So buckle up, football fans, and get ready for the ride.
Yeah, get ready.
Make sure you've hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single moment of the action as we dissect it all for you right here on Football Scorecast.
We'll be here with you every step of the way, providing the analysis, the insights, and the passion to help you, understand and appreciate this beautiful game even more.
That wraps up our deep dive into Match Day 6 of the Champions League. It's been a A whirlwind of emotions
It has.
with stunning goals, unexpected outcomes, and plenty of drama to keep us all, glued to our screens.
Yeah,
English teams are riding high.
they are.
Manchester City is facing, an uphill battle,
Yeah.
and so many questions remain unanswered
Hmm.
as we head towards the knockout stages.
And before we sign off, let's hear from you. Are Liverpool and Arsenal truly the best in the world right now?
Yeah.
How do you see that massive City PSG clash playing out?
Right.
We're all ears.
Right.
So hit us up on social media and let's keep this conversation going.
Until next time, keep the passion alive.
Keep it alive.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive, ready to break down all the action as the Champions League unfolds.